issues you're noticing with that?
I'm still searching for the dot.
What's that?
I'm still searching for the dot. I'm having trouble like acquiring it.
Yeah. Is anybody else having trouble like finding a dot? Like off of the draw stroke?
That second shot going to look for it.
Yeah, like when you're trying to like look at the dot. Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and we'll keep working on that. And that's one of those, I know you guys, like, because you guys sent me the curriculum stuff. So there's kind of schools of thought on this. I'm not a guy who gets into camp of like, hey, you know, drop the dot in from the top or tip the dot up from the bottom. I don't get into any of that sort of stuff. My personal opinion is that you basically just, as soon as the gun clears the holster, it basically becomes parallel to the floor, and then you just raise it up in the line of sight. So like we just call that index, like shooting off an index, you know, and it's one of those where like, I don't typically teach like brand new day one, no pistol experience, no dot experience like people. So, and you guys will have some of those problems that like I usually typically don't. So it might be that there's an advantage to like having one of those where like you teach somebody like to drop a dot in from the top or to tip a dot up from the bottom. I can envision why that might be positive. The one thing I would say is as you guys like teach that or as you deal with people is that has a pretty low ceiling for where its usefulness is and where the usefulness starts to turn into problematic, right? Whereas like all of like the high level competition shooter guys that I shoot with or shoot against or whatever, we don't do either one of those things. We just call it an index. So I'm eyes focused on target. As soon as the gun clears the holster, that muzzle becomes basically parallel. I just raise the dot window up into my eye. The dot doesn't come down, the dot doesn't come up. The dot's just there and brought to target. So that's just something to keep in mind when it comes to like not only your own training because you're new to the dot, but also as you guys do curriculum stuff for like new officers, new shooters. Is just know that like, hey, could be good positive stuff for this at a low level, but also know that at some point you're gonna have to quickly get them away from that or it's going to teach some bad problems.